So, got cut off on that last video. I think I said everything I needed to say. I mean, there's a lot of other topics and things that I could talk about that have been a part of the last couple of weeks. Well, yeah, I guess there's one other piece I didn't touch on, but it's interesting that I went kind of through, applying to work at these different places, and in particular to work at these farms. And then fast forward, a few weeks, a week in one case, a few weeks in the other, and all the sort of civil unrest going on in the U.S. connected to these very issues. And yeah, again, I think I would just want to stress with all of this the nuance, the multiple layers of considerations, of complexity. Which is another way of saying the mess, the utter mess of it all. Yeah, and it is just it's a mess. Trying to right the ship and to reestablish healthy, appropriate boundaries when you've, gone down trying to think of a good metaphor. Yeah, when you've neglected something for a long time, or you've been really loosey-goosey on something, and there's a certain momentum that accrues, that accumulates in one direction, and things are getting kind of out of control. In this context, talking about immigration, and then trying to, so you either surrender to the status quo and you let that wildfire, that chaos, just continue to grow and to burn and to become unmanageable, or at some point you have to take a stand. You have to reorient, and that reorientation is a mess. It's an utter mess. Seems to me necessary, seems to me justified, seems to me worthwhile. But in the details, in the playing out of it, there's a lot of human misery, immiseration. And that's part of what's going on with the protests and the riots and the looting. I mean, there's a lot of other stuff going on there too, on one level, yeah, I don't know if I want to go down that road. But yeah, I respect it. I respect taking a stand and just doing enforcing the law in this case. You wish it never had to come to this. And you try not to lose track of anybody's humanity, the ICE agents doing the job that they're paid to do. What is it? Homeland, what is it? HSI? Homeland Security Investigation? I don't know. Investigators. They're, in a sense, you could see that as actually quite about heroic, but maybe, a noble cause that they're getting out, knowing that they're going to be hated, knowing that they're going to be meet a lot of opposition, that they're doing something that is rough, difficult. And especially this video I watched, I saw professional people working hard, working in a dignified, respectful, efficient way. When they raided this, I don't know, food factory or food warehouse, I don't know what it was. Yeah, they weren't like, jackbooted thugs. They weren't going in there, roughing people up. No, it was, you can see the restraint and the, you just, you see how much of a mess it is. And that most of them, from what I saw, were just doing their job, just doing a good job. And, a lot of people are supportive of that. And you also see, and don't want to lose track of the humanity of people that are getting arrested, that have broken the law, that are here illegally, that are getting detained, will likely get deported. And you don't treat them like anything less than, with anything less than human dignity. Not evil people. They're also not these, perfect angels. No, they've broken the law. So, anyways, yeah, and that they have families and it's just bigger than any one human heart or human mind can can really grapple with, all the forces and dynamics, and you sort of just you can't carry all that. I don't think God is asking any of us to carry all that. Be thoughtful. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I just wanted to sort of break all this down and try to talk about a difficult situation, from kind of abstract, almost philosophical backdrop, ethical backdrop, all the way down through to the kind of personal impact. In this particular case, looking for a job, and just try to do it with some nuance, but hopefully also some clarity. But yeah, I mean, people will take advantage, unfortunately. That's part of our brokenness, is we take advantage of loopholes and it, it's so stupid. It's so awful, man. Like, it's enough to really piss you off, just to that aspect of our nature that we just exploit people and we exploit systems and we exploit weaknesses. It's such a just fucked up, vile, infuriating part of the journey here on Earth. Yeah. And, applying it to this case, I mean, there's exploitation all around. There's opprobrium to be spread or to be aimed in many directions. But, yeah, if the U.S. is lax on their laws, or any country, and they don't walk the talk, people are going to exploit that. It's just a reality. You wish they wouldn't. You wish people would just have integrity. But they don't. You see it in your own personal life. People will exploit you, walk all over you. You wish people would not do that. Just stay in your own fucking lane, man. Be accountable. Have integrity. But that's not Earth. don't feel like ending the recording, but I'm just not sure what else I'm meant to say right now. And it's funny because I get so kind of the opposite direction of being overly ethical, overly accountable, overly, overly valuing integrity, things like that. That the work for me is almost going in the opposite direction. Nothing, not like egregious violations of my own values, but not being so keep using that word, rigid. Yeah, because again, every form casts a shadow. There's a shadow to every value. And not to say that I don't. Yeah, well, I guess my problem is more the puritanical. Because you want to have grace. You also, again, want to have that stance of cosmic forgiveness, recognition of the brokenness of reality.